Peter, just how good was it to see Willie Agata back out there and him getting that goal there at the end?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, I don't even know if he had 20 minutes like we put him in. I don't know if he had 20 minutes in him, to be honest with you. It was good to get him minutes for sure prior to us restarting the season as well. That was the whole idea, try to get him in some of these games at the end before we get back to the regular season. The good thing is he's healthy, he has no problems, so he's back, and I think for him, probably scoring the goal is a good confidence builder.
Peter, first, just your overall impressions of what happened out there.
I think we started fine, started well. We talked about it. They're good on the counter. We have to be good with the ball. I think we were, but then we gave it up. I think there's 3 actions in a row where the game got opened up and they kind of went down on us. We thwarted the attacks, and then when the Tommy situation, when he was in the middle of the park and he got pushed from behind, the referee doesn't call it, they turn the ball over, and then they kind of go down, and that's where that first goal starts. The second goal, I've watched it from a different angle. I look at it as I would say he's offsides. If they're calling Kyrie offsides, I'm thinking that their second goal is probably offsides as well. But then, I think that at the end of the day, they were better in the important moments of the game. That's the fair statement.
After the Chivas game, you talked about having worked on with the defense over the last couple of weeks about trying to correct some of the mental errors, and later in the game especially, it seemed like maybe there was a bit of a regression there. What do you think was the big?
I don't know if it's a regression. I would say that there was some fatigue, mental errors, but is that saying that fatigue makes cowards of us all, and I think that we got a little bit we got tired, and we just didn't want to make the runs, and that can't happen. The ball that went over the top, and the guy went on the breakaway. We have to easily see that situation. Too easy, way too easy. But I will tell you this: we will for sure in the next couple of weeks talk and work on that stuff. It's not even work on it. It's we'll get that corrected for sure.
What do you focus on over the next couple of weeks with having some time off? I mean, besides things like that, is there?
Well, I gotta get a bunch of guys like Willie. They need training because again, we didn't have Allen again in this game, so we're missing our 2 forwards. So getting those guys back in. The good thing is that I think guys like Gotti, guys like that are getting fit, and hopefully the weather's going to change as well, and that should serve us well.
It is a little hypothetical, but how much difference would having Allen in there have made tonight?
Well, as I said, I thought that Tommy did a really good job last game, but I think you're asking him to do yeoman's job, and the fact that Gotti could, last game I was thinking maybe 10 minutes for Gotti. Him doing 20 minutes was actually pretty good in this game, so it'll be nice to have both forwards available, especially as we go into the final push of the season.
4 goals on the score sheet, but John Polskamp did come up with a big saves quite a few times. So
yeah, John's not at fault on the goals by any means. John actually was very good, made some big saves, and especially early on. So yeah, he was good. It wasn't him. It was more defensively, if anything else.
Do we have any more questions in the room? Great. We're going to go to Zoom now, and we're going to start with Mr. John Lupo. John, your mic is open.
Thank you very much. Peter, just your overall impressions of the team's play in the competition. You did get to the knockout stages. What are some of the things that you like that you think you can take with you going forward for the rest of the season, as you also get William up to speed and back into the flow of things as he gets back into action? And what are some of the things that you think you can work on that maybe you saw out there that you can improve as you have this, stretch run down the rest of the regular season?
In group play against Cincinnati and Chivas, I thought that in both games, we had a good command of both games, both possession, chances. Even when we were a man down at Cincinnati, to be able to go into their place and score 3 goals, we were in a good place for sure. and we played very well away from home. And we were getting back to ourselves. Obviously it helps that Allen's on the field in the first game. I would just say that even in this game, like as we started, we were in our groove a little bit, and there's a couple of things that happened that I think took us out of it, as I said earlier. But I would say coming out of this, there should be a couple good things, and that is some players that have been out for a while are back in. We have a couple weeks of training now that we can really overload the guys on the training aspect and get ready for our first game that we return back to the regular season. And that's going to be an important aspect is one, those guys are more fit. And then the other is we have, availability of majority of our players because we're going to need all of them at the final push.
We'll go to Guadalupe Granados, please. Guadalupe, you there? All right, we do not have Guadalupe, so thank you very much, Coach.
Okay.
All set.
Thank you. Thanks, Gabe. Appreciate it, buddy. Good to see you.